Wait. So hold on. You're saying kids get stupider because they stay in school longer?
Yes.
Coming from the man that didn't want to learn math because Val Venus' penis might have been cut off.
Yeah, there's several reasons why I didn't want to learn math. I had horrible teachers for one. Shout out to Mr. Vanville for just throwing people out and calling them motherfuckers. But and Valby's penis was a serious situation. And I think kids being in school makes them dumber because all they learn is that stupid math stuff that neither one of them are ever going to use, or that history that's never going to pay off in the end, or that science that they're not going to apply because their parents probably don't believe in it. It's just going to make them stupid. They need to be in the streets. They need to learn the hard life. They need to learn how to, how to get away and jump fences or something. I don't know.
And people still wonder how Donald Trump won the election.
Well, so let's just move into what this thumbnail is.
No, because you don't learn that in school. You do not learn that in school.
Yeah,
how
but you
elections work. You do not learn that.
No, you learn stupidity, Marcus. Stupid.
Game. Blouses.
I like that Manny committed to that joke, even though we were in a completely different discussion.
Manny, but also, won't that get you another copyright strike?
It was 8 seconds, my friend.
Oh, okay. I guess you know the rules.
This is what kids could be doing if they weren't in school.
Marcus is going back to it. He's going back.
I'm just saying, Finn Balor jumping off the top rope on the Rey Mysterio looked like some playground shit. It looked like two kids fighting it out, and their friends like, yeah, get him.
I mean, Finn does look like he could be wearing a school uniform.
Okay, so I do look at Finn Balor, and it does look like he's saying "wee" as he does that jump into his chest.
It looks like we could. It looks like Marcus, you should Photoshop a slide into this picture.
I know, right?
And Damian
Priest
like
is that can happen at Hogwarts.
That Damian Priest is that teacher that participates with everything, and he's like justifying this beat down.
You gotta be a man. Gotta be a man. But
Rey
no,
Mysterio,
it looks like
Rey Mysterio is currently in class in Defense Against the Dark Arts.
Yeah, this is clearly what's going on here.
And the Dark Arts is in his rear.
Two Dementors just jumping down on your chest. No!
Not the Dementors! Anything but the Dementors!
Suck the life out of you. Eat this chocolate, Harry. Oh! By the way, there's nothing better than him in the ring gear in the hospital. Like, he couldn't get hospital clothes. He's still in his ring gear.
That's a lot of urine, by the way.
Yeah. Who in this? I think Elrod looks the most disappointed. I'm like, I saw this shit coming. I told him never to become a wrestler, and he ain't worked out for nobody.
This is what I need, though. The between the looks. Look. Between the looks.
And let's be honest, the recreate Elrod with that mustache is a lot easier than it is to become Elias again.
Well, you can do it halfway. But the little kid, it looks like he's
35 years old.
Scariest one. Yeah.
He's 35 years old.
Like he can light the whole fucking building on fire. Like, no, you little bastard. But I love this family.
The sad part, that's not even a real hospital bed. This is like bad Photoshop.
All of it's Photoshop.
It's just bad.
I love it. Shout out to Ernie Jr.
What?
Who took the picture?
It's Photoshop. What do you mean? Who took the picture?
Who took the picture?
Betty Marcus is trying to stay in
full kayfabe, Manny.
He wants to know who took the picture.
It looks like the doctor, because Ernie Jr. does not look happy that this picture is being taken.
Yeah, but why does everyone except Elias look happy? Why does Elias look happy to be there?
Ezekiel look happy?
No, he looks like he's in pain.
But why does it look like Ezekiel's dad's about to pour that pee on his head?
You idiot. Ernie Jr., by the way, Eric, is his name. Ernie Jr.
I refused because I do not want to acknowledge that they let Ernie Jr. talk. That's not who I want to hear from. Although I'm hearing from his mama next week. I know I am.
I don't think we're hearing from any of them ever again.
I think we are, man. Damn, they photoshopped the hospital bed on that wrist, too.
Yeah, it's a hospital bed, not a medical facility these days. This may be the segment that killed Vince. Hospital!
Yeah, and then it's a sheet pan, too.
Oh.
We'll be back right after this. This opening segment's gone 5 minutes.
I'm Shotzi Blackheart, the ballsy badass, and you are watching the Untitled Manny and Marcus show. Remember to like the video and subscribe.
Oh. Check out the Marcus and Manny show.
I hate you both right now. You guys are ridiculous.
All right, before we go any further on this show, I need to jump in and say something because something annoyed me doing that entire intro and the Shotzi part. No, it's not you. It's the box. It's that stupid box. There's a box right where my box is. That is right there. It was stuck there doing the whole intro. It was just there. And I don't know why it was there, but it's a graphic menu that you need to remove. There's an empty box somewhere. It's an empty box.
You mean when you hover over the thing?
Huh? I don't know.
When you hover over, yeah, when you play a video, your video box is still on top. Apologize, sir. Apologize.
I moved my cursor. I apologize.
Apologize.
I polio.
You know,
okay?
maybe you should spend more time in school. This would have helped.
No, I think that they're forcing these kids to go to school too much. If they're going to school in August, I just learned this problem today, and I'm trying to solve it. I'm no science mind. I just feel like the kids are in school too much if they're starting in August and they're ending at the same time. Let them be free.
So, welcome to the Untitled Manny and Marcus show. You may be thinking, it's not Saturday. Why the hell is that guy down there here?
He's that guy.
He apparently forgot that it's his wedding anniversary this weekend and then tried to cut the shit with me yesterday.
Yeah.
Like, that's fucked up, El Luchador. That's really messed up, man. I'm hurt. I thought we moved past this because you watch Raw. Wow.
I mean, I made no effort with the thumbnails because I knew Eric was coming on today. Nobody's watching this.
It's like when First Take don't have Stephen A. and they have like 3 random people there, and it's like, who are these people? That's not Stephen A. Smith.
You son of a bitches, you guys do anything to show that I take the ratings. I see what it is. You know what? I'll start my own show.
Where does your hair go?
The same place your hair went, but yours went first.
Mine shaved. No, I let mine go first because I was confident enough as a man to go like it's over.
Your hair said, "Hey, Eric,
tried to have it lingered over." You went with a comb over and some spray paint. It didn't work out for you.
EVK.
Wow.
Eric View Killer.
You know what? It don't matter. You watch Raw. That's all that matters. So we're Gucci now. We're cool. That's all.
But you know what I am? I'm the View Master. Mr. 1K, best of yesterday. All right.
Wait a minute.
Yeah,
congratulations on the 1K.
You put a fat ass on there. That's what happens. Yeah, let me go take a picture of my ass and see how many views you get.
None.
I think in the right community, maybe. In the bear chasers.
What is that?
The bear chasers.
Some chocolate loaves. Some chocolate buns. What are those?
What is this, a Hostess commercial?
Hey man, it's somebody out there that will look at some ashy cakes. That's what they want to see.
Ashy cakes. Cakes with a little frosting on there. That's what I call my ashy.
Those Day-O cupcakes that you open the pack like, ooh, it's turning white. I don't think this is still good, but let me still bite it to find out if it is or not.
Eric, we've got this show down to 40 minutes.
Manny, I haven't said anything. This is your co-host who went on a rant about kids need to be in school.
What? That's my new campaign. Keep the kids out. No, I'm keeping them out of school. Keep them out of school. And by the way, my ass looks like a perfect macaroon. Chocolate macaroon.
Why? Oh.
Anyway, are we gonna start the show? I mean, who are you? What are we doing here?
I'm not a host. I'm just a guest. So I follow.
I tried introducing myself, and then I tried to introduce Eric, and then you just had to go more on about school.
Well, that's Marcus for you. That's what he does on Saturday. At least he's consistent.
I'm in Rare 4. Well, I'm Marcus the Grand Finale, and you know, this is the Untitled Manny and Marcus show where we talk about wrestling, apparently. But if you watch our best of show, you realize there's no wrestling ever talked about. It's just roasting and talking shit.
And about maybe about every month, 20 minutes about talking about penises.
And let me tell you something. There's some really nice shorts though. Them white shorts, there's some nice shorts.
Are you talking about Tequila Lions?
Yeah, those were nice shorts, man. I gotta give her credit for those.
Did you watch the best of, Eric?
No.
Why would he, man? He doesn't watch any of the product. This is like Little Debbie's taking her own cakes. She ain't tasting that shit. Taste it, Little Debbie. Taste it now. You're an idiot. Eric just touched me at some time.
Oh, and you got roasted on the best of in the live chat.
Who? Me?
You. For you, what you thought was Kanye All of the Lights was not Kanye All of the Lights.
Yeah. You start humming some random song. It's like, oh, this is the song I get up. And it's like, it wasn't Kanye. Da, 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 da. You went da 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 da. So like, what?
Hey, I cannot hum songs in my head to sound right. But whatever.
All right, let's get into Raw. Otherwise, we'll be here all day. It opens up with Judgment Day. Rhea claiming that the Judgment Day run on Monday Night Raw, and she proved that she is Dominic's puppy.
That's her new gimmick, Dominic's puppy.
Rhea attacks. Rhea dares him to hit her. That's real bullshit.
Yeah. I dare you. Hit me like a fucking man. Hit me, Ray. Hit me. And I thought Ray was just gonna go back and go, bitch. Oh, he did it. He did it.
Rhea then DDTs Ray onto the chair, and then Finn hits the coup de grace on the chair. Good segment. It was a good segment. The Blouses win.
The Blouses.
My favorite thing about the Blouses, the Judgment Day, who have stolen Edge's music, intro, and everything, his likeness, everything about him, that they had misinformation that Rey Mysterio was not going to be here tonight. And then they were like, everybody just seemed to have misinformation. Seth Rollins also had misinformation that Riddle was not going to be here tonight. I don't know who was passing around this information. Maybe Dave Meltzer, who was telling people that they weren't going to be here tonight. But all these people, every time somebody said they're not going to be here tonight, everybody showed up.
The misinformation went wrong for Ray.
Yeah, even with his ploy, he still got his
I mean, for me, the interesting thing about this Monday Night Raw is that it started off interesting and it ended like with a weird thing. Like I was like Judgment Day and Austin Theory. They start and begin the show.
Hold on.
But my question for you guys,
we don't just go around the plate.
Yeah, you don't have thoughts and theories.
No, we go in order.
We go through the story.
I'm staying there, but I do have a question for you guys. So we all know Ray was not the person to hit Rhea, but who in the locker room would have knocked Rhea the fuck out when she said
Randy Orton. Randy Orton would have beat the shit out of her.
That is true.
I think Seth would.
Well, I mean, he did wear that blouse today, so it might have been blouse against blouse. I mean, his lace blouse with the counter. But I think
apparently in wrestling, blouses are in these outfits in the WWE. Everybody has a new blouse. I feel like Bianca Belair designed everybody's clothes.
Do you kind of want to see Pretty Deadly rock up with Seth Rollins? Because I would.
No, right now they're kicking it with Lash Legend. That's all I need. That's the last Pretty Deadly is what I need right now.
Wouldn't you want a bigger alliance?
I feel like I don't think Seth would want to fuck with Lash Legend. I just don't think he would.
Yeah, he would. Yeah, he would.
By the way, I think it was last week Bailey called out Lash Legend and she was showing her dribbling or something. She was shooting basketball and stuff. I was like, oh, I'm just good as Last Legend. And I was like, you want to play 101? I was like, you're so much better than Last Legend at dribbling.
We move into the first match tonight, which is Asuka. He might.
I think he would.
He would, yeah. Are we just gonna go through the roster on men we think will hit women?
Yeah.
Asuka. So we open up the first match of the night, which is Asuka and Alexa Bliss versus Doudrop and Nikki Ash, the first round match of the women's tag team tournament. The match was fine. The crowd were into it, but there wasn't anything special about this match.
I just think this match ended sooner than it did.
Yeah, I just think the pairing of Asuka and Alexa Bliss makes no sense on the grand scheme of everything. And it's just like, I don't want this, and I need somebody to turn on somebody in this. But she's part of the backup that helps Bianca, so this is going to be a thing.
And then they have a minor separation as Bayley and Kai and Sky and Bianca and Asuka and Bliss gets pulled apart.
Yeah, there was a mild dispute at the top of the ramp. This didn't need to happen. I just think this tournament is terrible. It's just these teams are terrible. I don't support anybody in it. We all know how it's going to end with Naomi and Sasha coming out ahead. But none of these teams are real teams, so I don't care about any of them in this tournament.
I mean, Control was dressed to go out to the club. I mean, they were in full-fledged makeup. Like, makeup, whoever the makeup artist was just doing makeup left and right.
Nah, Eric. Bayley was going to war. Did you see how many pockets she had this time?
Betty, I don't know where she buy those pants from, but a part of me wants a pair because I need to have pockets all for special occasions.
She got daggers and shurikens in there. She has to have, a med kit or something. She has all types of
trinkets.
But I'm confident what El Luchador said in the chat room. She bought the same outfit in 20 colors. I mean, I don't know. Do people really do that? If you find yourself a comfortable shirt or a comfortable pair, do you buy different colors of that?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, I don't know about that life.
Or I will buy 2 or 3 of the same thing.
Yeah. If you really want to know how many black pants I really have, it's the same pair of black pants I always buy. And I just buy them all together.
It's because you're homeless.
It's like, I don't care. I'm just going like, this is what I wore before, right?
It's because he wasn't in school for a long amount of time. He was in there for the short schedule.
Yeah, and now I'm smarter. I have a college degree, brother.
Barely.
Hey, did you pay for that loan that got you that degree?
And 1, my school is defunct, and 2, no, I didn't, okay?
Okay.
So how dare you? How dare you put my business out there, okay? How dare you put my business?
I'm still paying for my student loan. They take £150 off me every month.
Yeah.
For the rest of your life.
My student loan is still emailing me that, hey, you gonna make a paper today? And I'm just like, nope.
Oh no, so here, if you start earning above a certain threshold, depending on what year you went to university or whatever, and you took out a loan, they'll start taking money off you.
Oh,
but they'll send you a nice reminding email in the letter in the post saying, we know that you're working now. They're going to start taking money from you. Like, fuck you!
Yo, that you know what? That's why I can't. That's why, Manny, as soon as I go to the UK, I'm going to throw my tea in the ocean because they're not taking money out of me for student loans. I'm just saying.
Marcus, if you come here, if you come to see me in London, there is no ocean around me. You have to go to the outskirts to see the ocean.
I will use a water hose and make a little pond and throw tea in the little pond. I don't care. This is where my stand goes.
At this moment in time, I might join you. So speaking of
these 2 fucking guys protesting. What are they doing? You're not taking student loan out of me. They're throwing tea into a little. They got a water hose and throwing tea in it.
I'm like, but why? What's this do with you? You're American.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. America. We can solve all the problems in the world.
So speaking about makeshifts on the tournament, we do have a makeshift tag team again, where it's Mustafa Ali and Cedric going off against the Miz and Ciampa.
Correction, they are not a makeshift tag team. They have been teaming with each other for about a month on Main Event.
Who watches Main Event? Just like who watches AEW Dark?
Fighting T-Bar and whatnot. I've seen them, but sure, they have had matching outfits on Main Event because I follow both Cedric Alexander and Ali on Instagram, and this was a thing. I actually gave them a shot to win the match going into it. However, Miz and Ciampa were too powerful. They were too coordinated, and they were in a line, and they couldn't win that match. They just couldn't do it.
That sliding knee into that 450 was beautiful. That was beautiful. Mwah!
That knee killed him, and I was happy it did. I was like, yes. And for some reason, I'm on board with Miz and Ciampa as this tag team.
Do you know what? On paper, it shouldn't work. But Ciampa's really trying hard to make it work.
Yes.
And Mike got a busted nose out of it. So,
they both got their street cred. Mike on his John Moxley shit. I think it's his second straight match in bleeding.
Pretty much, Ciampa is doing everything that Bryan Danielson did not want to do when Miz was his mentor. That's it. And as Bryan Danielson said, they really don't like each other.
Or he's setting them up, and he's about to Gargano his ass eventually. I feel like that's Ciampa's MO. That's DIY shit.
Yeah, I want to see them those fake end credits and then get thrown off the stage or something.
I know it's a little early to give them a tag team name. I know it's a little early, it's a little premature. They haven't, officially became a thing yet. But I'm going with the team Misery. And I don't know why. I feel like that works.
I mean, my question is that in Ciampa's promo, he said that he wanted to hold some type of gold while he's on the main roster. Does that gold include the tag team titles? Because he did not mention that. And I can see a pairing of him and The Miz actually give the Usos a ride for their money because they're an established team for the titles.
Well, I decided who's going to beat I figured out who's going to beat the Usos for their tag team titles or give them a run. Eric, they're going to do some dirt to Sammy. I feel bad for Sammy. He's about to get his ass whooped. And there's only one person to come to Sammy's defense. That's Kevin Owens. That's KO. You owe me one. And
I don't know,
the
man.
stuff that they said earlier, and he's a prize fighter. He's fighting for the prize. That would be a banging match of the Usos versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn.
I kind of like Kevin Owens on his singles bullshit though. Right now, like he's just going around. Like I don't want to. You know what? I'll wait.
Thing is, you can be a tag wrestler and still do singles.
Now, if you're Sasha Banks,
but I think
you throw those titles on the desk.
As KO said, he hasn't held a title in WWE for 5 years, and I'm like, wow, that's a long time. And not saying
was the last one the US title? I think it was a US title.
I think so. Maybe. And I'm not saying that the tag team titles are not a title that is worth holding, but for the last couple of years, it has been a useless title. I mean, quite frankly, once the titles got unified, it became a little bit more relevant. But it's not one of those titles where you'd be like, you know what? I'm a tag team champion. Let me put this on the mantle. I think I would rather see KO as a singles champion, though. That's just me.
I disagree with you. Now that Papa H is in charge of everything, so he's been hyping up the Intercontinental title. He's been hyping up the United States title, video package galore, the history of the lineage, and telling him what the titles mean and who carried them, when, where, why, and who. I think he's going to do the same thing with the tag team titles.
Yeah,
why not?
I feel like the tag team championships is in due for a revival.
So why can't KO get that one? Him and Sammy.
Yeah. Because they're not the revival. The revival will be the ones that.
Is that what you were going with?
That's what yes, the revival, Marcus. Yeah, not FTR, the revival.
Well,
I'm telling you, man, the revival back with Cody. Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't have nothing to do with Cody. Their boy Edge. That's their best friend.
I don't want him with Edge.
I don't say they're being Edge. I'm saying Edge is a part of those negotiations.
Nah, I want
Triple H.
I want what I didn't get at the end before FTR left. I want Randy with FTR. How good was that before they went?
As long as Triple H remains in control, I have no doubt in my mind that FTR, the revival, will return to WWE.
I think they'll make their decision based on what how the tag landscape looks in WWE at that point.
Well, you gotta look at where they're at AEW and why aren't they the tag team champions? They're every other tag team champions in the world. They have every other belt in the world, but the AEW tag team titles, and they never get title shots at it.
Yeah, I mean, more questions.
It goes to personal beef with the Young Bucks, according to the dirt sheets.
Okay, so we move on. Ernie Jr., Ezekiel's father. said he's going to give Kevin Owens a piece of his mind when he sees him.
Do you want that match? Do you want that match? Ernie Jr. versus KO?
Yeah, if it just means he's going to put them all in hospital beds next to each other.
I have eliminated the Elias Ezekiel Ernie Jr. family.
I want him to go through the whole family tree.
Like the mama, go through it all.
And then we get to the Drew McIntyre Kevin Owens segment, which was Drew acknowledges the rumors of a back injury where he claims he's been carrying the load of 20 men for the last 3 years in WWE. He talks about
people they use on this roster.
Yeah, he talks about potential matches if he beats Roman in Cardiff. He is interrupted by KO. Kevin calls Drew a dumbass and delusional if he thinks he's been carrying the weight of anyone. Kevin said he's bringing back the prize fighter. He hasn't been a champion in the last 5 years. And he hits the Owen Hart line. Enough is enough. And it's time for a change.
That made you feel good, huh, Manny? Next, he's going to come out and caution tape.
No. And then followed by the Nation music. And then Ken
Bring
Shamrock
back the
comes
Hurt
out.
Business and put Kevin Owens in it.
I want Kevin Owens versus Ken Shamrock now. And then the exchange between these two were great. What did you think of the exchange?
Let's go to Eric, who's just,
I felt the exchange was authentic. I think that you can tell that with Triple H being in charge, that there's a lot less scripted. Like, they have key points, but it felt more organic when both individuals were talking. It felt like it came from the heart. It made me be more invested in what was going to happen, and it led to the match. The match was very good. It was very enjoyable, but of course we got no finish because the damn Usos don't know how to mind their own goddamn business. But
I knew we were getting finished in this.
But it's still
too good to get finished.
It still led to like more storylines when, like, you get that point where KO's like, "Hey, tell your tribal chief he owes me." Like, it's like, okay, so we're planting seeds. So I really enjoyed this segment as a whole. I know a lot of people on the internet were complaining about the use of the Usos, but fuck those people. I enjoyed this segment.
The thing is, you've got to use the Usos to keep this thing going, because Roman's not showing up for half.
Except in Toronto because the Usos can't go.
Yeah, so
Uso!
No! Yeah, the match was really. I actually really enjoyed it. Did Marcus? We said last week we were gonna break down if the match deserved this is awesome chant. Do you think it deserved it this week?
Well, I'm going to say it did, but I'm also going to say that the segment before the match was actually better than the match. I enjoyed the talking, the dialogue, the back and forth, Kevin Owens just getting in his face, because they made it feel like this was a 20-week feud in a man of 5 minutes. These dudes haven't interacted, if not ever, or in the past, year or two. And it just felt like, man, this is getting serious. And I was like, this is a really good feud. And he's like, we're wrestling in the rest of the ring. Let's fucking wrestle. I'm like, yeah, let's fucking wrestle. Let's do it. That's right.
When you think about it, this episode of Raw, that was one of the probably only 2 entertainment segments that took place on the show, because I think everything else was kind of wrestling. You had the Drew McIntyre, Kevin Owens exchange, and then you had Ernie Jr. in his promo, but then everything else was pretty much wrestling. It was like,
yeah, Judgment Day started the show.
It was like, okay.
I did have a problem with how they went into the match. Like,
how he started?
No, it's like, oh, we're wrestlers. We're not sports entertainer, whatever you want to be. Let's just wrestle. That just sounds really weird to me. It sounded like I know Vince is gone and they've taken away the words that you can't say, but like, let's fight sounds more.
Yeah, I mean, let's wrestle sound like.
Let's
wrestle
like in the Blue A store or something like that.
You want to wrestle?
Like, for me, always when we have these impromptu matches, the thing that always makes me laugh in the back is like, damn, who match got pushed? Like, who was supposed to wrestle right here that is not going to the pay with him because these two decided to have this fight?
No, my quirk is when the main event gets made in the middle of the show. I was like, what the fuck were you ending with?
You know, I was disappointed that they didn't make a main event at the because I was not happy with the main event.
Well, could someone please think of the referees, damn it, who make these makeshift wrestlers? They're on their break. They don't think anything's happening, and then they have to decide who's refereing the match. Ah, shit, I gotta run out there.
Betty, what do you feel about El Luchador's question? I think it's a pretty good question because.
What is it? Does WWE using the word wrestler and wrestling make the Jericho Appreciation Society seem pointless now? A little bit. I mean, I think it seems a little bit pointless, but the whole thing was pointless anyway.
He's attacking the root. You know, he's attacking the root.
The interesting thing about AEW going forward is that because what AEW did a lot in their rise to where they're at is that they took a lot of digs and a lot of shots at WWE. Now, quite frankly, this episode of Monday Night Raw felt a lot like an AEW Dynamite episode, in my opinion. Like it was like wrestling, and it's like what will AEW use now if you can't take the shots at WWE anymore to motivate?
I also disagree, but you go ahead, Marcus.
I disagree. The reason this doesn't feel like AEW episodes, one, is coherent and it was just consistent storytelling. But the two, AEW has they have just as many talking segments as Raw does or WWE does. And this one just seemed like this felt more of an NXT episode in which there was like there was really no talking. And I missed some of those segments. There was like, you know, they had the Rollins and Riddle and whatever and stuff, but I'm down for the talking segments. I'm in for the comedy sketches. It's 3 hours of Raw. I can't take 3 hours of wrestling. This show felt like too much wrestling for me.
I disagree with it being like AEW Dynamite because AEW Dynamite try and give you too much in too little time. Like they don't let things breathe a little. Like this episode of before Vince McMahon's Raw always was, even though it's 3 hours, always did feel like it was rushed a lot of the time. Like they'd rush segments and try and get to the finish quite quickly. Whereas this episode of Raw, things were allowed time and to progress and stuff like that.
Oh no, they had great pacing, and I thought they had great match organization where it wasn't the same thing after whatever. But when I say it's like AEW, I just mean in reference to that of how much wrestling took place on the show. Like, yeah, I haven't had a Monday Night Raw where it was so like Bobby and AJ. It went 3 commercial breaks. 3 commercial breaks.
I've got something to. I've got something to grind with Bobby Lashley.
Yes, I know exactly what it is because fuck Bobby Lashley.
I don't know what I can't wait to hear that.
So Seth Rollins comes out and then Riddle gives a medical update. He says he's medically cleared. Next time he sees him, it's off. And then Seth had to correct him and say it's on. He says he's always a step ahead of him. He wishes Riddle was there, and he got his wish as these two brawl. And it starts in the ring and then ends with Riddle chasing Seth out of the arena. And then back in the arena, backstage, Riddle challenges Seth at Clash of the Castle.
It's Castle, bro. And I enjoyed the segment. They delayed this match from SummerSlam just to have it at the castle, made up the injury and all that. But you know what? Riddle handled himself all right. He didn't really speak in bro. He was very serious this week. Went all in with his 420 shirt.
Yeah,
so bright.
But how did Rollins not see the setup in the back? I just feel like you walking in the back and you don't see that setup.
It's the same way that Jungle Boy figured out exactly where Christian Cage was. He was like, "Oh, I know where that's at."
The Christian Cage one was obvious.
But I think that this is the first official change that Triple H has made with the Riddle character. I think this is. Going forward, we will not hear any more Randy and Bro references. I think he's back to just being Riddle. I think he's going back to being the character that Triple H had in NXT.
Do you know what I want to see brought back because of Riddle?
Who?
I want the motherfucking fight pit.
Fight pit! Him and Thatcher, one more time.
The fat man, the fight pit is still one of those things like, the first one was the greatest thing ever. It was like, yeah, this is amazing. The fight pit.
The second one with Ciampa was just like, but with the fight pit. I thought him go, yeah, we're fighting in the fight pit, motherfucker, Clash of Champions. Oh,
yeah.
So quickly, we'll just move past Veer versus Bo Keller. Veer kills the dude.
I thought something was gonna happen from this, but nothing happened. Veer
I thought he was gonna get the mic or something. Nothing.
No, he just killed the
So
man.
clearly, Triple H doesn't even know what to do with Veer yet. It's like, hey, just go out there, do something.
Well, he alternates weeks between Veer and Omos, I guess.
Yeah, you can't have two monsters on one show. They might meet.
Well, that's one good thing about it, that he will not overuse something.
Maybe they team them up and make them the Monster Squad.
Don't need that.
Yeah, you do.
You do.
You do.
Veer's alone.
You got the power game of Omos, and then you got the speed and power game of Veer.
I'm about to say of Omos. You got the hair, and you got the hair of Veer.
So we do get to the US title match, which was Bobby Lashley versus AJ Styles. So fuck Bobby. See, I first thought he's changed up now. It's now
it's almost like a pose.
Make up your mind, Bobby.
Like he's doing a push. I was like, what the fuck you doing, Bobby? What you doing?
Bobby has never thought this would see something that got over, and now he doesn't know what to do with himself. Now he doesn't know. By the way, I want to also say, fuck the crowd for not really doing it with him as he was doing it.
Because Marcus, they was ready for like that, and then he changed it up where he was a double fist. It was a double fist into a single fist. It was.
Well, this is how I do to that crowd because I feel like they didn't really react to a lot of stuff anyway. It was a pretty dead crowd overall. I go duh.
I mean, but overall, this was an entertaining match. It was a long match. I mean, we had The Miz and Ciampa come out to the ring. We had Dexter Lumis try to run into the match. I mean, you had all these things that were unanswered with Bobby retaining the title.
What's Dexter's deal with AJ?
Huh?
What's Dexter's deal with AJ?
I don't know.
Not AJ, Manny. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's not AJ. Maybe it's Bobby. Nah, it's AJ.
It's AJ.
AJ owe him money. What? That's what it is. Or AJ is talking to Indy Hartwell on in her DMs. Stay out of there.
It's just one of those things that we don't know why, but I guess one day we're gonna get an answer. It might just be one of those slow burns where it just slowly, he just gonna keep running through. But at least we can give credit to the security that they're able to stop him before he gets any closer.
Yeah, and then we move into Dana Brooke versus Dakota Kai, where the match happened.
I thought they were gonna nix the 24/7 championship right then and there because the rumors is that it's done.
Why did we get this match?
Someone needs to bring Cora Jade to Raw to collect that 24/7 title. Throw it in the bin.
Let me say,
someone needs to collect Dana Brooke and throw her into the bin.
No, let me just point out, Corey corrected whoever was trying to talk about Dakota Kai being that season. He was like, Dakota Kai's been wrestling longer than Dana Brooke. What the hell are you talking about? I was like, you damn right. Correct his ass. Correct his ass.
Doing it for the veterans. But no, that's what Dana Brooke said. She's gonna do it for the veterans. Get out of here.
Yeah, you ain't no veteran.
And then we move into the main event, which was Dolph Ziggler versus Theory, which was set up earlier in the night. Where Theory called Ziggler over the hill, no title has been.
Yep, that's facts.
I don't know what was accomplished in this situation because you could have put Kevin Owens versus Drew McIntyre.
You know, normally it's my kids screaming. It's Manny kids screaming today.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was wondering who kids, because I was like, those don't sound like Marcus kids. Or you could have had Bobby versus AJ in the main event. But for whatever reason, we had A-Town Down going against Dolph Ziggler. Was it a bad match? No. Was it a great match? It was fine. But did it leave me feeling all warm and fuzzy at the end of Raw? No. It left me with nothing. It was like, that's it.
I honestly felt something was going to happen at the end of the Raw because of the way it was set up.
Yeah, I thought maybe we get some parking lot violence or something, or something, because it was like because the last few Raws of the Triple H reign has ended in cliffhangers. This one didn't end in a cliff; it just ended with Theory winning, and it was like that's it for Monday Night Raw. Dude, and next week we're in Toronto.
Well, so apparently they teased the Fiend last night.
How and when?
Apparently, in the background there was a shot of the glove. Someone wearing the glove.
Well. I think the interesting Marcus, don't worry about it, because I think the interesting thing about Triple H is that he's not trying to be predictable, and I don't think he wanted to oversaturate and continue to end shows with big surprises. And I think that's why he kept the show fairly simple, because you don't want to keep promising surprises, and then next thing you know, those surprises don't really pan out.
Damn it, I want a cliffhanger though. I want something reason to come back. That was the end.
Your cliffhanger.
Give me a brawl. Give me a brawl. Someone go after Theory, or the Usos going for revenge, or something fight in the parking lot of Drew McIntyre or somebody. There was nothing. It just ended.
So you're saying you wanted something to make you come back next week? Or are you going to come back next week?
So apparently during the brawl between Ziggler and Theory, that little glove right there.
Oh, no, it's Dexter Lumis. That's Dexter Lumis.
The whole internet seems to think it's the Fiend.
Yeah, but why would that be Dexter Lumis? Because he was already escorted out by security, Marcus.
No, he hadn't been escorted out yet.
And
then earlier.
And then when McIntyre was coming to the ring, backstage was on fire apparently at one point as well.
Yeah. No, it was a trash can. It was on fire. I saw Lumis scheme to distract security. It was all Lumis. It's all Lumis shit. Like, there's other segments where Adam Pearce is arguing with his security staff about keeping him out in the background in one segment.
But what if Lumis is a disciple for the Fiend?
Could be.
I mean,
but no, I got no Fiend out of this.
I mean, they keep teasing it.
What, the Fiend?
Well, I feel like this is a smoke and mirrors thing because we've seen Dexter.
Yeah.
So like, I feel like if they keep teasing it, it could be. But it gets everyone talking. I think that's what the point about it is.
That is the point. But I got to be in Lumis, but I could also see Lumis going to the ring as like, I'm not alone or something. He don't talk, but he's not here by himself. It was like, what do you want with me? And AJ's like, it's not you.
I mean, I thought this was a solid episode of Monday Night Raw, but I felt like the balance was a little off. It was more 70-30, 70-40 wrestling and form of entertainment, and I kind of wanted more of an even split where I could have a little bit of entertainment.
Eric, that didn't even make sense. 70-40.
I did. That's why I corrected myself. 70-40.
That's 104%. Or
that's 110%.
So it was 70-30. So I was right. You're right. Shit. That's why I don't do mental math, man. If only I would have had the luxury of going to school longer instead of me having these long summer vacations. I would be so much smarter.
Get out of here.
But
70-30 isn't even. You like 70-30.
But
Jesus.
With that being said, though, I just feel like I want them to find a more balance, because I did feel like it was very, very wrestling heavy. And if you're into the wrestling, you probably had a great time with it. For me, I kind of like having a little bit more story, because I feel like my wrestling matches take places on the big shows. But that's
then I don't think you're going to enjoy tonight then, because that's going to be wrestling heavy with Heatwave.
Well, well, it's a special attraction.
Yeah, this is Heatwave, so this is quasi pay-per-view. So I expect to go in to see epic wrestling matches, because that's what the buildup has been. And then I might have a little bit of a sprinkling of a surprise here and there. I don't know what's going to happen, but it should be. I'm very excited for Heatwave tonight. I can't wait.
Which is your
Yep, them kids like fuck.
Them kids are loud.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he'll fuck you. Damn.
Yeah, fuck him, man. Man, it's me's over there in them streets, man.
Fucking hooligans over there, man. My kids are sensible. At least they carry guns, and it's over after.
Wow.
The kids shoot the shotgun.
I think my match of the night still. I still think it's going to be Vinci versus Melo.
I think so.
No,
and I think tonight is the night that it finally ends, and we will see them on the main roster sooner or later. Mandy's losing her title. I think Zoe Stark is going to get that title tonight.
Yeah, because it really shows that they really need Toxic Attraction on that main roster right now for them women. If Dana Brooke is having matches with Dakota Kai, they can really do better than that.
And my match of the night will be Santos Escobar versus Tony D, because my boy Santos is going to leave, but he's going on a greener pastures to become the Mexican superstar that WWE wanted on the main roster. I can't wait for this.
What if he wins?
Marcus, if he wins, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. I don't expect him to win.
I don't expect him to win.
But me neither, but he can win.
Santos is too good to be in NXT right now.
But and maybe he's the one to help Mysterio against Judgment Day.
But I don't see any leader in that NXT roster at the moment. If once he goes, there's no real like. There's
Roddy. He's almost out the door, but
there's no real experience there.
Cameron Grimes.
I think Grimes is going up as well.
I don't know what's happening with Grimes because right now he's going. He went through that door, man. He went through.
Not now. Who did he go home to?
Who did he go home to?
I like Cameron Grimes' new gimmick because it gives us something to latch onto every week.
I don't understand why Joe Gacy all up in that man's personal business doing like he sent out a private investigator to follow Cameron Grimes home to realize his home has been empty.
Like the week before when they were watching him on TV, watching Gacy on TV, and they're talking about you.
I feel like these random characters in the back that keep talking shit to Cameron Grimes deserves an ass whooping because, like you said, it was some random no-name wrestler that told him they talking about you, and then it was that dude that was just standing by the door. Oh, you gonna go through the door again?
I think it was the same guy. The guy, this guy's trolling Cameron Grimes.
I like me some Trevor. I like me some Cameron Grimes, but I don't know if he'll work on Raw. That's the interesting thing about it.
It work on SmackDown.
It work on SmackDown.
It'd be the same thing.
Who?
Raw, SmackDown, same show.
Oh, you know what? Walter versus him again. Be so much fun because they did fight, right? I do recall them fighting.
I think they
just chopped down everybody. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I think Walter destroyed him.
This is Gunther. You have a chance against him.
But not Walter?
Not Walter. Walter was unstoppable. Gunther, on the other hand, I've seen him lose.
He wasn't unstoppable enough to not have his name changed.
That's why he changed the name. But, you know, it's like, damn, I'm too unstoppable as Walter.
Well, they're talking about people getting their names back. They're talking about Doudrop becoming Piper Niven again.
I mean, that's respectable.
And then Pete Dunne returning.
Hey, I like Butch. I want him to stay Butch, damn it. I like me some Butch. That sounds bad, and that could be quoted out of context by the wrong person, the wrong hands.
He likes him Butch, people.
I like him Butch. Butch.
He likes his women with mustaches.
I do not like women with mustaches. Not
by
at
the
all.
Way,
and he likes his women that can be able to suplex him.
So what he said is he want Rhea Ripley. He want to be Dominic.
He wants
Rhea Ripley. Yeah, I want a woman to walk in and says, punch me. I don't think you got the heart. And just to see if I'm going to punch your ass.
But by the way, with Raw gets a thumbs down for me on a review just because I didn't see Dominic get his ass whooped by Rhea Ripley this week. I was hoping I got some more of that.
Well, would Raw have been better? Instead of getting Elias in the hospital, Dominic in the hospital.
Marcus, you are a hypocrite, Marcus. You've been asking to see the Elias family for God knows how long, and you finally got a picture, and Ernie Jr. spoke.
You didn't ask for that.
That was my bad. I'm living
not only one did I not ask for that. Two, what does that change about Dominic and Rhea?
I'm living in my own multiverse. Sorry, I'm not used to working on Tuesday. I'm sorry.
This ain't even work.
Like El Luchador, I am.
None of us get paid for this. How does this work?
Although I'm sure we had that 300 subscriber when we watched 300. Just like and subscribe.
This is happening this week. People share the video.
Is that something that you guys said that if you guys get to 300, you're gonna watch 300?
Yes, I watch along.
Man, you should revisit movies that you loved in theaters because they just don't hold up on the regular TV screen.
Yeah, but Eric, we do things for our subscribers.
Let me also point out
you show up on Saturday and phone it in every week.
You goddamn right I do. I'm the phony. I'm a phony. That's what I do. But I still get more views than everything else.
What the hell?
What
the hell? Why?
I didn't mean it that way. I didn't mean it that way.
That was a shock. That was a big time shock.
Hold on. I believe the previous episode, everything else got more views than your show of 90 something. No, not this week. The previous week we did better. All right.
Oh, we're talking about the past now.
Why you want to spend? We talking about the present, buddy.
That's all right. It's all right. You know what? It's for a niche audience anyway. Yours has the mainstream. You have the tribal chief on your show, okay?
Guys.
Oh, he don't show up on my show.
Guys, I'm not the tribal chief.
I do. Okay. I do.
Roman don't show up on my show. Shit. I get the Usos.
He's not petty. He's from the petty adjacent.
Remember, Marcus is Prince Petty, but I was the king of petty, or the emperor of pettiness.
I never said I was Prince Petty.
No, it was established that you are a disgrace to petty.
I'm the principal of petty. I run this shit.
So what are you doing for the rest of the week, Eric?
Well, tonight I'm going to watch
Space Jam.
Heatwave. Why do Heatwave? I'm put some drumsticks on top of the grill. Maybe make some potatoes to go with it. You know, so Shantae can have something to eat when she gets home. Wednesday, probably gonna watch Dynamite. I'm gonna probably watch Dynamite. Thursday, I'll probably either watch or join you guys on Thursday, depending on if I watch Dynamite NXT. Well,
depending on this show and the amount of views, you may not be invited back.
I might not be invited. That's okay. It's all right. You know, I could always continue my quest for the MVP in MLB The Show. Although
you haven't done that yet.
No, my team fucking sucks, man. I want to be traded, and my agent ain't making it happen. He ain't making it happen. Trade me. Shit. Fucking Freddie Freeman. How dare he have a better average than me? Fucking asshole.
I told you, man. Make your player take steroids. Like mine.
Well, no,
I played 3 seasons. And I'm very close to I'm very close to breaking the home run record.
Well, Manny, right now, let me just point out that I lead the league in average and I lead the league in RBIs. My big issue is that I made one bad throw and now I'm not going to get my golden glove for third base. I'm really pissed off by that.
I escaped. I don't want to hear about your fictional baseball careers.
Okay. Hey, man, just like you watch, Marcus, you watch fictional TV shows. I play fictional sports games.
Hey. I listen to you talk about wrestling I don't care about.
Yeah. This is an entire show built around fictional TV shows and characters.
I sat out in the garden
Marcus, he
last
did.
Wednesday,
and he
listened to you.
He put an ultimatum down. He said, entertain me. And I don't think you guys did.
Talking about a G1.
What's that do with baseball?
No, because Marcus, so you didn't realize when Manny was talking, he was talking to you. Because he's saying that you are talking about you can't deal with us talking about our baseball and our MLB The Show careers. However, when he sat down and listened to you talk about the G1, you and your partner in crime could not even, entertain him.
What's that do with anything?
It's all right. El Luchador wants to know what
I don't know what's your problem with ETE.
I have no problem with ETE. I'm just pointing out what Manny told you. He told you guys to entertain him.
I'm not coming out here to entertain Manny.
I was the only one watching that day. No one else was in that chat.
There was one other guy.
Which reminds me, join the chat tomorrow so I have someone to talk to.
No, Manny, I am barring you for the chat. I'm already kicking you out the chat.
Well, these lot ignore anything I say anyway.
Hey, Manny, we could also go in the chat and have our own chat about MLB The Show in the chat.
Yes, we will, Eric.
Because it is everything else.
I think we should.
You guys ain't shit.
Hey, Manny, are you going to pick up that new mat? Yeah, just
well, how does that affect us?
What position
you'll see it? You see, you act like you won't notice it, but you'll see it.
I wouldn't care. I ignore the chat anyway.
Yeah, but see, you ignore it anyway. But if you know that me and Manny's in the chat spitting nonsense for no good reason, it's gonna drive you crazy. Be like, really? Hey, what position you gonna play in FIFA 23, Manny?
Not really. You got to be wasting your own time. Not really.
No,
we'll have fun doing it.
Because I'm almost confident. I'm almost confident, 100%. You know what? 98% confident that me and Manny could break you.
Not really.
I caught you last week. I caught you last week when you were talking about the extra $5 million about Vince McMahon, and then I said it better be the best there is. The pussy better be the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. You broke.
Yeah, but that was related. That was related to the show.
You broke because you ignored
that was related to the show.
No, because you're supposed to be watching G1, baby. G1, you're supposed to be doing everything else but the main shows.
Cover everything. Anyway, this show could have ended like 30 minutes ago. We have not talked about anything in 30 minutes.
Hey, people like that. I mean, El Luchador wants to know what position Ripon Raymundo plays in baseball.
Whatever he wants. He doesn't play baseball. He plays real sports. With Brian Gumbel.
Wow.
And on that note, we'll see you. Marcus will see you tomorrow on ETE. Me and Eric might be.
Well, he probably won't see anybody in the chat room today, but it'll be some people that will see him tomorrow.
Wait, by the way, if we're talking about the chat room, we have one person in the chat today all day. Thanks, Eric.
This ain't even my show, but still. Mark, we only do it because it bothers you. It bothers you, sir.
What bothers me?
And then me and Marcus will be back on Thursday. You'll see Eric in next weekend, not this weekend.
God. Won't see him again. Not on this channel.
And Roy's Retro's back out on Friday.
The only show with dignity in class on this channel.
That's because the Big Ross Man's on that show. He keeps us all in line.
No, he doesn't. Did you watch the Choppy PP episode? That went 40 minutes, 20 minutes longer than every other Roy's
Well,
Retro.
you know, my cousin from Florida was on that show. I don't even know what happened on that one, so I apologize for that one. You know, I told his ass to stay in Florida, but he showed up. Never again will he come back. Never again.
I can't wait for the kids to go back to school because fuck this noise.
Hey, wait, you still a firecracker out your window.
Hey,
still firecracker out your window.
Hey, what's the temperature right now?
Here we end the show. Here we end the show.
You can walk away.
22 degrees.
I did. And Manny brought me back.
Yeah, so we'll be back. Peace. Take care. Shave your hair. Peace.